Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our next speaker, Eva Hompoth.
Why fit in when you can stand out? It wasn't me who said it, it's Dr. Seuss. And I try to remind myself every morning when I start my day that I don't want to fit in. I really want to stand out. You see, you walk down the street, you go to a networking meeting, and as soon as someone enters through the door, you're going to look at them, scan them, and you know, like in a blink of an eye, if you want to do business with the person, if you want to say hello to the person, or if you want to become friends with the person. And it takes 2 seconds, not 15 seconds that it used to. Everything gets faster and faster and faster. So how important is to do that first impression, to make that first impression? Companies, they compete on an interesting and high level because it was never a time in a history that there were so many small, mid-sized businesses. So everybody is competing for the same thing, for the same clients. And they spend mega dollars just to be able to promote themselves and try to get new businesses. But does it work? I'm going to talk to you about 3 things that is important in the business this day. We're talking about branding, and I think it gets tiresome. I would say originality. The image is power. And it's not just the way you dress, but the way you present yourself. As I said, as soon as you come through that door, somebody's going to look at you and they're going to say, okay, this person is depressed, or this person is a go-getter. This person pays attention to details, or he doesn't really care. And as soon as they approach you, you're going to know that you're going to face them, or you're going to turn around and you look for the next person. I'm going to show you something very interesting and has to do with originality and branding. I'm going to use those terms. One of the logos is Adidas. When you go in the store, you know exactly what to expect. People are like a team of sports people, because everybody wants to fit in. Everybody wants to represent the company. And if you think that first was the logo and after the brand, you're mistaken, because the logo was built around the brand. Let's see. You expect sports, right? Next one, Chanel. Whenever you go in a Chanel store, you know that the people working there, they're going to be dressed accordingly. You better have money on your credit card. And yes, sometimes they are snobby, but goes with the territory. Another logo, and that's Walmart. You know that it's affordable, and absolutely it's not snobby. Whoever wants to go and save money, they go to Walmart. The next logo that I'm going to present to you is one of those logos that everybody's striving to have because of the recognition of that logo, and that's Nike. Either is a swish, either is let's do it, or you have the whole logo. But they did not figure it out, I'm going to have this logo. They built the brand, and after they figured out the logo. The next one is very well known, Apple. And the next one is also very well known. It's the O from Oprah magazine. And why I brought these two last? Because the most important part in a company, it's not really your logo, but are the people who are working for you. Many times I go in a company, I meet a person and says, oh, I'm the CEO, I'm an accountant, I'm this, and I'm thinking, no, you are not. What you are, a person who has that title and work towards that. I'm going in a company, to continue my thought, and people who work there, somehow they don't look congruent with the values and the company image. And why is that? I see girls being dressed like 9 o'clock, it's happy hours, or guys having gym gear, tennis shoes, and t-shirt and jeans, and it's one of those reputable companies. They build the company and they say, oh, we are doing fine, we are developing, everything is going great. But see them 10 years from now, what's going to happen if they want to compete on international level. So let's see what I mean by brand and by person. Steve Jobs, he was the face of the Apple company. And he's a genius. If you look at him, he always had that geeky look, the jeans, the black turtleneck, because he was not important. The background was black. He was the talking head presenting a product. And that product, it was so amazing. And even if it wasn't the best product, let's say, but it was, people would listen to him, and maybe you were the first to run right away to buy the new product. Him was not important. And in the same token, it's very interesting that we remember him as a face of the Apple company. Next person, Oprah. It's the most recognized person on the planet, not in the world, on the planet. She has this magazine, The O. And what is so interesting about it, it's always her picture. So image is power. She stands out. And was only one person who was on the cover of her magazine. It was Ellen DeGeneres. But she stood out. She did something very clever. She built herself a magazine with her picture and Oprah's picture, and she was showing it week after week, day after day, till Oprah said, okay, you're going to be on the cover of my magazine. So stand out, make decisions. The next person, it's my idol, and I totally love him in every way for his philanthropic work and for who he is. And he really pushes the button and stands out. I called him Goldilocks. It's Sir Richard Branson. But you notice him, and this is him again, but in a different, it's a more serious look. We all wear uniforms. That's why how differentiate each other, how we recognize who's who. Policemen, firemen, the army, businessmen. Everybody wears uniforms because we play different roles throughout the day. And depends what kind of role you play, that's how you're going to dress, right? You remember when you were a kid and you were a princess for a whole week or whole day, doesn't matter if it was Halloween or not. Or you were the fireman and you played the role. And we lost that drive to be somebody that we want to be. One of the most powerful colors, it's the navy blue. Not black. Black is somber or for big galas. It's the navy blue. And you see policemen and pilots. But let's say you see this. You're walking down the street, minding your business, and somebody's pedaling behind you and say, stop, stop, stop. And you look behind and you look at him and says, okay, you are too early for Halloween, or you're going to scream and ask somebody to help you, to call the police. Does not have the authority look that you expect from the police. But on the other hand, if you are going to go on the islands, that's the way they dress. But it makes an impression, right? I know this young lady. She has university degree, and she's very West Coast looking. She also has a lot of experience in many areas. But would you hire her like this? What about now? Doesn't make a difference how you're going to trust, how she pays attention to details. Here is another person. He has a company. But I don't know if I would believe him when I meet him, maybe me. And if you're saying that you are not evaluating people, not judging, evaluating people, you are not true to yourself, because we all do it. What about now? What a big change, right? And I have a friend who dressed up like this, says, take a picture of me. He's a social media wizard. Does he look like that? No, he looks like a construction person. So, what differentiates us is basically how we present ourselves. You are not going to ask a construction person to do your income tax. You are not going to ask a lawyer to do your construction or a speaker to do your construction, right? Unless they are really, really handy. And speakers also are a different breed. People are afraid to be up here on stage and speak. But it's important to present yourself and feel comfortable and dress for your subject. Companies, when you start a company, you are very, very excited and you try to do everything and you look good, and it's like dating. What happens 10 years after? That's what happens with the companies too. Might close down if you don't go with the times and you don't pay attention to your image and your company image. I found this picture of a speaker on the internet. I don't know what he's talking about, but I would listen to him because the way how he presents himself, and I love the background. He does not melt into it. The lady, totally open. I like it. I don't know what she's talking about, but somehow she has that aura that it gives me confidence. So, it's not the best picture of a speaker. Brown, black, you kind of melt into the background, dangly earrings. Those are little things that I am staying away from, and I'm teaching my clients what to do. You know that when I go into somebody's closet, I can tell you almost with 99% certainty what is their lifestyle, if they are go-getters, if they care, they don't care, if they have a style, because wearing clothes labels from the hanger, it doesn't give you style. So my question is, why fit in when you were born to stand out?